National Football League on EA Sports, and we'll see who rules the skies in today's battle. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the New York Jets, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 25.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Set to go, Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And not only does he have all the skills that you're looking for as a quarterback, he's incredibly tough and plays the game fearlessly as both a runner and a passer. You provide a good running game around him and let him throw deep off of play action, you've got an all-star in the making.
Now Fields going to throw on the first play. Escaping the pressure right. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Fields. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Man coverage to start the game, and I expect we'll see a good amount of that. They trust their secondary to hold down the fort and let their pass rushers get home. And that's a good job right on play 1.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. On play action, Fields. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the 1st down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Here's Fields. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Taylor. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A good pickup there, a 22. A nice gain there to his trusty tight end, and now it's got them thinking opening drive touchdown here as they get into the red zone.
And in most cases with your tight end, you feel like you've got a mismatch no matter who's covering him. Is it a small cornerback? Is it a linebacker who may not run as well? In any event, whatever you see, you think that tight end can win that battle.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Fields. This is caught. And the Jets are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. They'll run with Hall. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
2nd and goal from the 1. Ball again. And I don't think he got in. He did not. They mark him short of the goal line. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. So it's 3rd and goal, and now the question, can this Falcon defense stand tall once more? To throw is Fields. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Justin Fields taking it in from a yard out. And the Jets are on the board first here this afternoon. Solid finish to a solid opening drive, and that's the threat that he represents. He can take off and score on you.
What he makes it is 11-on-11 football because a lot of the times the quarterback isn't much of a runner, so you don't have to account for him. Well, you do with him, and now he actually gets a lead blocker instead, and he's able to cash that one in.
Anders Carlson now for the point after. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself. So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here the Falcons now as they get set for their opening possession. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the rookie from the University of Washington.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They'll throw with Penix. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And looking to throw, Penix. Got a man, it's London. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and...
They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. They were trying to set up a screen there, but that one just too slow in developing.
Yeah, too slow in developing and well read because that ends up being a bad feeling for the quarterback. When he's got no blocking in front of him, his guys are just going to let defenders go, and they're coming for him. So if it's not there, you just got to throw the ball at the turf at your running back's feet.
On 4th down, Bradley Pinion on to punt for the Falcons. Oh, look at the juke. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
He's got Smith here. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd down and 7. Here's Fields. Taking in left side, it's Wilson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run with Hall. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give them the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
On first down, right back to Hall. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Fields. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Now a 2nd and 6. Now it's Fields. This is Smith with a grab. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Jets have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Carlson's extra point up and good, and it's now 14-0. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a Jet touchdown. Carlson back out there now to send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And this will be a Falcons first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Well, you know they had a third down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
Penix working out of the gun here. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
From the 46, here's a second down and 4. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The sack by the linebacker, Jamin Davis. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
Two minutes gone by, second quarter. Here's Penix. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt.
And the Jets will take over. Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
Motion man left is Lazard. Quick slant here to Smith.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
And it's complete, right back in the hands of Smith. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
Play action. It's Fields.
Caught by Wilson. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Off play action. Fields. He dumps this one off here to Hall.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one, picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. And he'll find Hall. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Fields now to throw.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Justin Fields
taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Jets take a 3-touchdown lead. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Carlson on for the extra point.
And it is now 21-0. A drive that time of 6 plays.
And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself. So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Mooney, the motion man right. Now Penix. Over the middle, caught by London.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, They need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Now 2nd and 3. Throwing again, Penix. Over the middle, complete. It's Robinson. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And the tight end goes in motion left. Looking to throw, Penix. Into the hands of London. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Michael Penix in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
We got an excellent first half from the dynamic quarterback, Justin Fields. He accounted for 3 touchdowns in that first half. 1 in the air, 2 more on the ground. And he's been electrifying to this point.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done. Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Over the middle, that's caught by McLeod. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Robinson, he'll try the left side. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
2nd down at 6 now from the 42. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To the air, Penix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 17 yards and a 1st down for Atlanta.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
From the 25, here's a 2nd and 7. Robinson gets the toss on the right side. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 49 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll throw with Penix. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
They'll try and throw. Here's Penix. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Darnell Mooney, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Falcons have got it back to within a score. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Jets offense and Breece Hall headed out onto the field. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and made him a real weapon in the passing game. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to... This is caught inside the 15. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 61 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. 7 yards left for second down. Ball at the 10. Here's Hall again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Back to throw. Fields. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Allen Lazard from 10 yards out. And the Jets are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Now Carlson for the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
They'll go play action here with Penix.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth.
Second and a couple. And looking to throw, Penix.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Operating from the gun, Penix. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
Oh, this defense knows. 4th quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
That one deep for London.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
The Jets offense and quarterback Justin Fields heading back out there. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36.
58 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
And this is the worry, because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up, and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. They'll go again with Hall.
And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one.
Previous play is under review.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So winds up a very smart decision to throw the flag. They reset the spot, and now that's a first down. Here's a quick throw out to Wilson.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Fields.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Here's Allen. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
This has been a tremendous drive to this point, and this is all you want, playing with a lead in the 4th quarter. If you can keep the ball on the ground, keep the sticks moving, you're going to be in good shape to finish this one off.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Straight ahead is Hall. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down, but a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
Hall again.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Breece Hall.
14 yards.
And the Jets have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Carlson's extra point up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. Carlson back out there now to send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Here's a screen for Robinson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
A play fake. Now Penix.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. They'll look to throw again.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Just keeping the play alive. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Jets as we say so long.